device or line of business application. So these are the different kind of person in any organization who are going to decide like how your organization has to implement the unified communication in their organization. Let's move on to the journey of unified communication, like how this unified communication system evolved. So as you know that the first thing happened to telephony is the PBX. So what is PBX? PBX basically switches your call between your enterprise users on the local line. And at the same time, it also allows you to share certain number, certain external phone lines. But all this thing is only for voice, not for data. So basically in this system, you are having two different type of networks. One is voice network and data network. Both the networks are separate. So you need a dedicated devices for your voice communication. You need a dedicated devices for your data communication. All things are as a standalone sort of thing. Okay. Then what happened in that late 90s or in 1998, 99, VoIP came. So because of this VoIP, IP-based PBX system came into existence. And IP-PBX is a PBX that provides audio, video, and data communication through the TCP/IP protocol stack to its internal network. So while in the PBX we need to have two separate networks, voice and data. But here in the IP-PBX, you can see the convergence of voice and data is happening. So over a single network, you can use your voice and data. So okay, fine. So as convergence of your voice and data happened, so multiple applications started coming up. So multiple tools, devices, endpoints were made available to the user. But again, to manage all those things were getting difficult. So a system came which started consolidating all these traditional means of communication. And the primary focus of this system, basically it's a unified communication system, was to amalgamating all these traditional means of communication like your voice, your IM, your wireless, everything, and it's trying to put all these things together in a single environment. You can see as that unified communication is in its current form is reaching to its maturity. So what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is that this unified communication has crossed the early adopter phase. So you can not see a very you cannot see that the rate of innovation is basically it's now slowed down. So now the focus is moved from unified communication to the CEBPs. So what is that CEBP? CEBP is basically it's an extension of unified communication. Okay. So what is CEBP is basically the communication enabled business process. So what we are doing in CEBP, basically we are embedding the communication, your voice communication or your voice and video communication into the business process itself. So in the coming years, we are expecting that the organization will streamline. So here you can see now the focus is moving from person to organization. Okay. So from standalone we move to system, and then from system we move to that person, and then from person we are moving to organization specific. So all your business applications, business processes are integrated, and we are expecting that definitely it is going to provide you a very significant process improvement. Okay. Business challenges. So here in this slide, you can see that what are the business challenges we have in today's scenario and how this unified communication is going to address those challenges. As you can see that people are using multiple devices, they want the similar user interface across all the devices, and providing similar interface is a very challenging thing for any developer or any UX designer, because all the devices are running across multiple hardwares, multiple platforms, they are running on different operating systems, and you are having, and all the devices are having different memory constraints, they are having different power requirements. So providing a generic interface across all these devices is a very big challenge. So how this industry is addressing this issue? So this unified communication industry is moving more towards the open architecture. So like they are providing the support for that, most of the open system architecture, and the user interface or this UX design is moving more towards that open source framework. So the next very big challenge here is that administration of that unified communication. As UC requires a lot of network infrastructure, like you need to have multiple servers, routers, switches. So managing all these network infrastructure is a very big challenge. So how this UC is addressing this challenge? Now all these unified communication vendors are providing a very single centralized base GUI system to administrate the entire UC infrastructure, which can help them in managing the infrastructure for the hosted environment as well as on the premises environment. They are going to have a very single interface, and using the single interface they can manage the entire unified communication network infrastructure. The second very challenging point here is that how this UC is going to address this distributed team structure. So as I said, now seamless mobilities is getting very popular. So almost all these unified communication applications, unified communication tools are available for your mobile devices, for your mobile phones. So from your mobile application you can access all these enterprise resources. Video conferencing, telepresence, and all those things are getting popular day by day. The third very important challenging point here is from the business point of view, how this organization can improve their customer experience. So as we are seeing is that lots and lots of customer care or contact center solutions are adding this unified communication feature. So what is the advantage of this? The advantage of this is that the contact center executive can see the availability of the expert and then immediately they can reach. This is the one thing. The second thing is that at the same time that contact center person can also join the call or join this conference discussion and get trained on this issue. The third or one more very important point is that how we can improve this efficiency and reduce the cost. So as organizations are always under pressure to reduce the cost of operation. So here we can see that virtualization, cloud-based service model is getting very momentum. So we are incorporating this virtualization, this cloud-based service model inside the unified communication solution. As you know, that communication is now available as a service. Okay. So you need not to buy or sell your unified, you need not to buy or sell your communication hardware or software. Okay, you can sell it as a service. So this helps the enterprises to reduce their time to market. So this is the one slide where I just wanted to summarize all my discussion, what the discussion we have right now. This is the communication today. So you can see that this is the communication how we are having in our in today's scenario. Just a second. Yes. For example, you have instant messaging, you have voicemail, you have video conferencing, you have telephony, web conferencing, but all these applications are having their own independent authentication mechanism, independent storage. Now, what we are doing, we are unifying all these applications. So all these independent applications are getting unified, and we are seeing a single authentication, single inbox where you can have your voicemail, where you can have your email, you can get your fax mail, your instant messages, and this is all a single administration interface. So using a very single interface, you can manage that entire devices. It is also leveraging that the existing databases. So for example, your authentication database. So this authentication database can be used across all these applications. So this is the way how we are unifying all these applications. This is another example which we are using in our day-to-day life. This is the example of your Microsoft Link. You can see in that Microsoft Link application or this Microsoft Link suite, all these multiple applications are integrated. These applications are basically your instant messaging, web conferencing, your chat, your voicemail, audio conferencing. All these applications are integrated in a single suite. And single configuration setting is applied to all these applications. So this is the way how we are using this unified communication in our day-to-day life. Okay, now